Start recording. And yep, we're starting.
All right, hi everyone. My name is Bethany Chang. I'm the self-following Corona Hyperloop Club Vice President and Treasurer. If you don't know yet, some of you might know me as the person who always sits on the corner there, not doing anything. I'm like always sleeping, I guess. Well, I'm here today and it's different since I'm going to be running a workshop. This is my Basics of Design workshop. And all right, let's begin. All right, so first of all, why is this important? All of our workshops so far have been engineering related, and why suddenly do a graphic design workshop? Well, okay, here I have two posters from Banshee UAV, and I want you to tell me which one you prefer, like, as in which one do you think is more consistent? Which one is easier to read for you? One or two? That one. Huh? This one? Yeah. What's the right answer? There's no right answer. Okay, but this is important because in engineering, I think you guys do like a capstone project at the end, senior projects, and those things require a poster, and well, you're gonna have to make one. And in order to make all your information consistent, you're going to have to rely on some basic graphic design skills here. I actually don't have another one because there was an older poster from a previous year that, well, I think we have it downstairs, but it's kind of questionable. So one thing we don't want is to end up with the weird poster. So this is where the workshop comes in. All right, so first of all, before we get into it, I just want to say I'm holding this workshop because even though I think engineers are, honestly, I think they're very cool. I think you guys, since you're able to use all your equations and stuff, build these things and basically like do all these cool stuff that I can't do, I think it's pretty admirable, honestly. Well, at the same time, it's a common perception that engineers can't design, so okay, let's start with the basics. Let's start with color. All right, go ahead. Okay, first off, do not do this. These two colors, it's gonna hurt your eyes. Do not look at it for too long. Okay, continue. Don't do that ever. First, let's start off with the color wheel. Okay, this workshop, I forgot to mention, but it's going to, since graphic design is easier to learn through doing than lecture, so I'm going to go as fast as I can through the slides I have. So anyways, let's start off with the color wheel. So these are all your colors, and let's introduce contemporary, the opposite colors and analogous colors. So opposite colors, like you saw in the previous slide, don't go back. Oh my God. Okay, as you just saw, those were, can't say that word. Oh my God, complementary colors, yes. Those two you just saw were complementary. You saw green and red. They're opposite colors because on this spectrum, they are, well, on the opposite of each other. And usually when you have these two combinations, they're gonna hurt your eyes, honestly. They're not meant to be put together. So you can know that a color is another color's opposite just by looking at what's across from it. So blue and orange are opposite colors, as is yellow and purple. And analogous colors are ones that are right next to each other. So analogous color of green is green yellow and blue green. Let's go to primary colors next. So these are the colors in the middle. They're, well, one thing that sets them apart from the others is that apparently they're not found in nature. Wait, no, actually, they're like, you can't make them. They come as it is. So you can't make red. It just comes as red. Same for yellow and blue. And in order to make new colors, you mix them together. Red and yellow get orange. And if you want to get even more advanced, there's tertiary colors, which is if you mix, for example, blue and green and get blue green, those were tertiary colors, but I think that's quite a lot for this slide for now. Okay, and now we're going to classify the colors we just saw. So, all right, this is the color wheel again, but it's more advanced, I guess. All right, so first we have the warm colors and we also have the cold colors. And in order to differentiate them, you can split this color wheel in half. Approximately, this is where the classification gets split. So warm colors, they're your red, orange, and yellow shades. And cold colors are your green, blue, and purple ones. Also, you have your neutral colors, black, gray, and white, but I think they're part of another spectrum entirely. Okay, so now you know some of the colors. There's also ways to effectively use them. Can't even see that. That's black, by the way. Okay, so some of you might have favorite colors and might want to use colors in designs. Well, there are ways to effectively use colors. So, okay. So, wow, you just saw one of the things I made. So, okay. So warm colors, red, orange, and yellow, they're used to catch people's attention. Think of stop signs. They're made to like stop you. It's imposing. You're supposed to see it up. You're supposed to see it right away. And if it's not doing any of those things, it's not doing its job. Conversely, honestly, I included this because I was asking myself, like, have you ever seen a green stop sign before? I mean, does it work as well as the red one? Rather, I think don't you think it's giving like mixed signals? Green, is it telling you to go or stop? And okay, let's get into the specifics right now. Okay, continuing from warm colors, if you want to use a color that catches people's attention immediately, these three are the ones to use. Okay, red, of course, there's a stop sign example. It's bold, passionate, it catches your eye immediately. Orange, a creative color, it's youthful. It's also creative. Think of brands such as Custom Ink, Etsy, and yellow. I think this is one of the other eye catchers. It's also optimistic and it's energetic. Okay, so next we're going to talk about cool colors. These are used to calm people down. Here's a fire exit. Oh, hi. The example I use is the fire exit. This is usually a green color, but you might be wondering, okay, if they want to get your attention for the fire exit so bad, why use the green color instead of red? Well, green, it's a relaxing color because if you're in a fire and you finally see the exit sign, it's like a sign of relief. If you see red, you don't want to go even crazier during the fire, because red is like, it catches your attention, but it also is like a sign of panic for some. And okay, green, yeah, that's it. And blue, it's a service-oriented color. You can see those in a lot of services. Think of Chase Bank, Dell Computer. A lot of services use blue as the brand because it's trustworthy, also reliable. You can see those a lot in some corporations. And then purple is spiritual, but also kind of regal. So I can think of like right now Twitch usages, that's all. This one, it's like, I think it's like a mix of blue and purple, like a periwinkle color. Okay, yeah, this is black. This is, okay, this is my fault. It's like, you can't even see it, but it's a mysterious and classy color. But also, if you use it, sometimes it gets kind of depressing, I guess. Like each color, it has its own pros, but also has its own cons. And of course, yeah, white, it's a clean, refreshing color, also represents perfection in a way, but kind of boring, yes. All right, so you know the colors now. So how would you, I guess, manipulate them? So here are 4 sliders I put. View, value, opacity, saturation. Right now, I don't think opacity is important right now since it only deals with transparency, and right now we're trying to see how to change what the color looks like. So first of all, your hue, that's just what your color is. If you want a blue, just I guess move the thing down. And value, this is how bright or dark the color is. If you want, okay, let's use this slider for example. If you want a deeper shade of red, like of a green color, simply move that slider down around halfway and you can get your deeper shade of red. And lastly, saturation. I couldn't find a good picture for the slider. So basically what it is the higher you are on the saturation scale, your color gets more vibrant. It retains its current color, I guess. But the lower you go, it starts to become more muted and loses like its vibrancy. And at the lowest, I think it goes to like a gray color. All right, so okay, here we have it again. This is the combination I said that you should never put on like a screen. It's gonna hurt your eyes definitely. Also, high contrast colors, you should never put them together. It's not gonna go well. And what I did here was manipulate a little, even though these are not supposed to work out together. If you change the values and use of them a little, you can make them somewhat easier to work with. And all right, this is our first activity. Okay, so I have 2 more color examples here. Blue and red, pink and blue. Okay, so oh my God. Okay, right now, they're kind of jarring to look at. So how can we make it so that they look better paired together? And don't worry, these are not opposite colors. So they work better together rather than the first two. So,
The one that's highlighted.
yeah, do you want to make it, how do you make it so that it's not so hard on the eyes?
Saturation.
Mm-hmm. Okay, what the heck? Okay, so saturation, you want to make the color more muted, so guess around here, do you want more? Okay, and then now the red is too bright on this surface. So what do you think we can do? Lower saturation?
Yeah.
How about we make it darker? Does this work? Do you think it works? I mean, a part of all of this is just experimenting. What do you think looks best? How do you learn from mistakes? And basically, I say that a lot of graphic design stuff we learn, I got it from experimenting myself. What do you think? Hmm? I mean, it's fine. I'm not the I may be teaching, but I'm not the best at it, to be honest.
Because it depends on the application.
Yeah, that's true.
Feel a little lighter.
Lighter, okay. Here, is it good? Okay. Guess it looks better than the first one at least. So the lesson here is to never use high contrast colors. So let's see here. What I'm talking about is look at the first row of colors here. Notice how bright they are. They are in terms of this color slider here, they are like the top right corner. This is the brightest value available for each one, and it's just too much, honestly. Okay, and this one, you want to make it darker or lighter?
I will,
Both?
yeah. Make it lighter. Not like make it lighter and then we'll see.
So here. And then how about the blue? Mm-hmm. Okay, not bad. Yeah. Okay. Oh, so I compiled a list of brands that use each color. So all the ones I mentioned, and all right. So one thing interesting is that I want, okay, I want you guys to name me a few fast food brands. So, yeah, of course. Okay, I've got two. Mm-hmm.
Things.
Hmm?
Talk about the fact that
Oh, that's interesting, actually. Okay, so you gave me, I guess, five fast food brands, and now I want you guys to try to remember what their logos look like. So McDonald's, Burger King, Chick-fil-A, Cane's, you also got Taco Bell. I'm thinking also Wendy's, In-N-Out. if you guys remember what their logo is, try to like notice what colors do they use the most.
Yellow, red, white.
That's true. And why would they use it? Remember what warm colors stand for?
Hungry.
Hmm?
Give me time to your question.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's true. So, you ever seen like, have you ever been driving through the freeway and then see like McDonald's on the left or something? That's one of their strategies, the colors. So, if you're gonna drive through the freeway, you're not gonna stop in the middle and look at your surroundings. Of course, you're gonna see the first thing that catches your eye. This is where the fast food brand strategy comes in. If they use warm colors, they're gonna catch your eyes faster than all the other colors on here. So this is like their way to like, I guess, bring you into their establishment. Well, Taco Bell, I think about it, it's kind of weird and didn't use like red. But they can do their own thing. Yeah, so blue, as I mentioned, a lot of service brands. These are the corporations that tell you to put your trust in them. Since blue is a trustworthy color. And green, this is like health related. Honestly, I don't know why Starbucks is on here. I can only think of like money. And black is a lot of fancy brands. Black is like the color of sophistication, so this is why some, you can see a lot of expensive stuff on here. Okay, oh my god, I ruined it. So next part we have typefaces and fonts. So we got a bunch of them. I messed up again. There's supposed to be like black fonts in the back. I don't think you can see a thing.
Oh, shoot, you.
I did all that for nothing.
It's okay, continue.
So as I was saying, now you know colors, it's about time to learn about another important part of graphic design. What kind of typefaces or fonts are you going to use for your design? Because depending on what kind of type you use, it tells a story. All right, so we also have classifications for typography. First, we have serifs. You can differentiate them based on the legs you see on the bottom and some of the ends of the letters. And sans serif, they're different because they don't have those legs. Hence the name sans serif. It just means without serifs. Monospace, this is another category. Think of like if you're doing code, this is the thing you see in MATLAB and Visual Studio Code. Script writing, this is basically handwriting. It feels more humane. And of course, one of my favorites, decorative. Well, you're not supposed to use these in professional environments, but still ones to look at. Okay, so these are examples I just showed you. Okay, these are not the actual names. This is not actually called Hyperloop. I just like messed around with them. So let's look at Helvetica first. This is, well, we got a love-hate relationship with it. It's kind of overused to the point that it even has its own documentary. Like on a typeface, why do you can't believe they have like a documentary for like words or something. Yeah, this is like, wait a minute. Okay, sans serif, such as Helvetica, these are bold fonts that you use. You can use them in your resume actually, but using Helvetica, you might want to use another one since it's so overused, I guess. Okay, Kerning is next. This is a Sarah font. Okay, now I actually have no idea if I said Helvetica was a sans serif or a serif. Anyways, the second one is a serif font, and you can also use this for your resume and stuff. This is a serif fonts in general are authoritative, it's professional, you can use it for many things. And Courier, this is of course your coding font, I guess. And these three, I have more fun because they were declarative. I get to pull them off the internet. But you can only use these for certain occasions, even though they look fun to use. Do not use them in like your resume, of course. They're not gonna look at you like, they're gonna look at you weirdly. Okay, so now let's talk about when to use a specific font. First, we need to know that, how do we know what is the important thing to consider when we want to pick a font to use? Well, we need to think about the context in which what we're making it for. What is this designed for? Are we making it for like a club event? Are we making a resume? Are we doing business cards? There's a lot of things you can design, and the font choices are limited. And secondly, what am I trying to accomplish? Are you trying to make someone stay clear of this area? Tell someone do not use this service? Make people come to your event? Lastly, the overall mood. So what kind of event are you catering towards? If it's a, let's say a banquet event, the end of the year banquet for some clubs, you may want to stay clear of certain typefaces. So for example, let me mention Helvetica again. You might want to stay clear of that because this is a lighthearted event. You're supposed to stop worrying about your midterms and finals, your projects, and you give them this font, it's so like structured. There's nothing fun about it. This is not a stress-free font, I guess. Instead, you will want to use some sort of more fun typeface, such as, okay, this is not actually called this is like, I don't know the name, it's like a cursive font. It might be better to use something like this compared to like Helvetica for such an event. And okay, I have a picture here, so all right, just looking at it, what do you feel? Are you relaxed? Why aren't you relaxed?
Big and bold in your face.
Yeah. Oh, what were you about to say?
It's like it looks very political.
Oh,
No, you're.
rude. Country manners, spacious, restful, relaxing, quiet. That is not what it's saying. I do not feel that. I feel stressed. I feel like it's telling me to stay away. So this is why your type choice is important. If you use this, you're gonna send the absolute wrong message. Sometimes you may even send the opposite message of what you're trying to say, and it may not end well. Oh, there's more. I forgot to put the animation. Oh my god. Okay, now we have a word problem for our typography section. So only one word problem. So in our scenario, Cornelius has been unemployed for all 20 years of his life. and now he wants to start anew. He has finished making his resume and is deciding on what font to use. So what should he pick? Should he pick Arial, Comic Sans, Allegria Sans SC, or Times New Roman? And if you don't know what these are, I put them on the right hand to as a reference. Yeah. Either A or D is correct. Why shouldn't they use, let's say, Allegria Sans?
It's about capitals.
That's
Sorry.
true. Yeah, that's true. All capitals, they're not that easy to read, and yeah, they're just, you can't read them that easily. And of course, why not Comic Sans? Everyone's using it, so why not? Yeah, that's true. I mean, you can use whatever font you want. No one's stopping you from using Comic Sans, but once you put that on your project, your resume, or whatever professional thing you're putting out there, no one's gonna take you seriously. Your information may be like top class, groundbreaking, but they're gonna see it. They're not gonna take it seriously once they see Comic Sans, because this is one of the most overused fonts, and they're not using it in the right way. So one situation I think it's good for Comic Sans is like if you're doing an event for like kindergarteners and you're putting like a poster out, then Comic Sans is more appropriate in that sense, but definitely not professionally, especially in this setting. Okay, so in our third section, we're going to be talking about composition. All right, so how do you have all your design elements now. How do you place them so that they carry out the message you want? First, let's talk about contrast. If you want something to stand out, you're going to have to emphasize the color, use different typefaces, or use a different size for it. In this one, you already know something's about to happen. They're telling you to give them their full attention because the owner has a gun. So color, of course, there's red. It gets your attention immediately. It's bold. It catches your eye. It stops you in your path. Well, I hope it does because this does not end well. Different typefaces. I don't think they use a different typeface, but it's good to know if you want to emphasize a point. You use a different typeface to make it stand out to the viewer, and different sizes. Of course, this is larger than this. This is what you have to focus on. Also with the attention, this is like the side information. If you want more context, if you want more context, this is like side information, but this is the main thing you should be focused on, which is why the typeface is enlarged compared to the rest. Okay, so next we have hierarchy. So in, let's say, Google Docs, there's something called a header, a title, subtitle, those things in the drop-down menu. I couldn't get a picture of it, but it's definitely there. So this is a general layout of what it will look like. Typically, your header would be at the very top, and your heading 2 would be somewhere below it. It's based on what order you want your design to be perceived in. So let's look at the design here. All right, Boxing Day special. What is the main focus on this poster? Yeah, I just said it's the title itself. That should be your heading 1 or okay, that is your title. I don't know about heading 1. Okay. That is the first thing you're supposed to read. what is the second thing you read in this poster, or it wants you to read that second?
The seven.
Mm-hmm. Good. Notice how the sail is around 50% the size of the Boxing Day special. That is like the heading 2. It's supposed to be read second. Okay, the third in order. So one thing to notice is that as the hierarchy goes down, it's like, I'm gonna say, the one below the upper one is like half of its size. So you can see here, sail is half the size of special, and then this box over here is half the size of the sail. And this could be seen as another heading. It's supposed to be read last. Okay, so I use our posters as an example. This is repetition. And basically, you want to keep things consistent. At most in your design, you want a maximum of, not 2, you want a maximum of 3 typefaces. Any more than that, then your design is gonna be all over the place and no one's gonna know like what's going on. So it also applies to presentations, honestly. If you use let's say Arial for the heading, you're gonna have to use it for all your title headings. If your body text is using like, let's say Times New Roman, then all of your body type has to be Times New Roman. You can't just change to like, no Comic Sans in the middle of everything. That's gonna throw everything off. So what I'm trying to say here is that there is a consistency going on with our posters. Not one of them uses a different typeface. Everything is the same. The layout is the same. There is a consistent structure going on. And yeah. Oh my God, this is our activity for composition. Okay, so here we have a news article, a fake one that I made, and heading 1. This is the main thing we're gonna see first. What do you think is the main thing, like the heading 1 we're gonna see, the title? No,
That one.
oh yeah, yeah, sorry, I made this like kind of unclear, but it's supposed to be this one. All right, so as the title, we need to emphasize that, okay, this is the title, this is gonna be the first thing we read, so. Okay, one thing we can do is, of course, make the text weight different by making it bolded. And I'm gonna change the color just because of it was a design choice. Or you can also make the font larger than the others. Okay, that's better. Okay, this is the subtitle for what we just put. Which one do you think it is? Okay, so immediately, even though the top statement is bolded, there is not much of a difference between like which one is more important. Even though it's already bolded, you can make this a smaller size to make it look as if it's like you're supposed to read it second compared to the first one. And you can also play around with these things up here. You can make it italicized. think that's what they do in news articles. Okay, what do you think is next? The author statement or the actual body paragraph? Hmm? Well, this is based on what the news layout is usually is. Okay, yeah. Usually the author comes first rather than the paragraph, since, I should have used like a different example. But this is one of those where it doesn't go from heading 1, 2, 3, and 4, but rather, okay, I'm gonna say that this author part is not as important as the body text, so make it as small as possible. Okay, I guess that's good enough. And then lastly, we have the body text itself. One thing good to know is that I think the maximum text size you should have for body text is, I think 11 or 12, because while you think bigger is better on the computer screen, once you print out, you're gonna notice that what you have as, for example, type size 11 is actually larger than what you saw on the computer screen. Okay, that's gonna rim more, so it looks more real, I guess. But that's it for composition. Okay, next we have grid systems. I think this is one of the more advanced topics, which is why there's not going to be much on it, but it's still good to know if you're going to be designing, let's say, a website. Okay, so grid system on a screen, a desktop screen, there is normally 12 columns here, and this is called the column grid, and this is commonly used for website development. And there's also other kinds, but I'm gonna focus on this since it's the most used of all of them. So basically, this is something I did, and even though there's no imagery here, you can see that it's aligned with the columns. So yeah, most of that is aligned. You can see how the image, they're fit within a certain amount. It's to show like it's consistent in size, and it makes it so that the structure is more coherent. Okay, so next, see, I said there wasn't much since this is advanced and it's not really my expertise. Okay, next we have kerning. So you might not see this much in what you do. So I'm just gonna go over it quickly. So, okay, this is one of the more advanced topics. It's one of like, in my typography class, a lot of people were complaining about it, I think. And basically, it's just a space between each individual letter. So you can see here type, they're using that example. And if you use equal spacing, it's kind of ironic because if you make it equal, it just doesn't look equal. It loses its equilibrium once you make all the space in between equal. As compared to your perceived equal spacing, this is the ideal spacing you want, where everything looks distributed correctly. Also, bulk spacing, you may just not you may just leave it as is, but sometimes depending on what type you take, they might have like bad kerning to start with. So here you can see like the Y and E are already melding together, it's fusing into something. While the P and E is, there's too much space in between, there's a disconnection between this space and this space, so you, sometimes it's better to like change how much space is in between, but this is more advanced, so I don't think you guys need to do that, but it's still important to know because there are some incidents that can happen, and while it may be funny and may not happen that much, it's, if it happens to you, you're gonna be like made fun of. And I have this link here as an online coding practice game. Okay. We'll take a break. Okay, so what I was talking about just now. So how this turning thing can make you, can cause some mistakes that are gonna like, people are gonna make fun of you for it. And I mean, this is what I'm talking about. Please tell me what is wrong with these designs. And this first one is gonna be about kerning. Just tell me what is wrong here. See, it's funny, but once it happens to you, it's gonna be on you, so be careful. So the problem here, what do you think the problem is?
Then you, the L and I.
Yeah. There's not enough space between the L and I. It's looking like a really strange word here. I'm not gonna say it. So be careful there. It can also, oh, what's your question?
How do you mess with the spacing? Because if you go on like Word, it's already equally spaced. So is it like when you do graphic design, you can mess with this?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's more of a graphic design thing, but I'm just saying this because I don't know if it happens within your guys' department as well, because you don't know what's gonna happen. Something like this might happen to someone. So, oh, I was gonna say that I keep saying that this is online based computer. You can mess with the kerning on like Illustrator, InDesign, those things, but to be honest, it can also happen in real life. I have an example, but I didn't put it in. Sometimes your handwriting gets like all over the place. You put two letters too close to each other and it makes a whole new thing. So I'm just saying it can also happen in real life, but right now we're just focusing on like online based. Okay, next we're gonna talk about like compositional problems. So here we go. Tell me what's wrong. I had like a field day when I saw this.
At first I was like, oh, that's right.
Like you look at it, you're gonna see like weird things going on. Like no wonder it's still in clearance. Okay, so we know the issue here, so how do you think we can fix it?
Take away the back.
I mean,
I see a lot of problems.
if you took away the back, you can, the S is still gonna,
Exactly, so it's on purpose. It's a design that way.
well, that's true, maybe people design it now. So, okay, avoiding the joking aspect of it, how can we actually fix this design to not like look like, to not look that stupid, I guess?
The and small.
True. And guess you can have another way. Oh God, I was gonna say add another S, but like that's not even what it's saying. I think I have a problem. Okay, so Yes, we can make the S smaller.
So the back this way, maybe like
Mhm.
diagonal, so then it's separated from the super.
That's true, okay.
I think that's the thing, the pie is the super,
Yep,
and not hold it.
yeah.
But you make the size smaller, then you if you want this.
Mhm.
No, but if it's the size, why didn't you hold it? So why did you hold it in the first place?
I mean, some people, I don't know, some people got different design thinking going on.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Okay, for the next example, I want a volunteer to read what's actually being like, to read what's on there as if you're like, okay, just read what's on there. I need a volunteer first. No, don't worry, it's not as bad as these two. No, I'm not lying. It's not as bad as these two.
Okay.
Okay. All right, I want you to read what's on this poster.
Starting where?
Starting like, where would you start?
Initial photo, Colorado,
Where is
dinner
that?
comedy show, fundraiser. Thursday, October 7th, 2010. For information or reservations, email.
Okay, good. Good, that's good. So right off the bat, this one, what is happening here? There's like, yeah, it is, but what is this composition? Like, there's nothing, it's not coherent at all. Where is your grid? Where's your alignment system? How do you read this? It's like dinner and comedy. Where the professional come from? Like, they put dinner and comedy show, and then suddenly, but they forgot it was a professional comedy show. And
the first letters on the color.
yeah, don't do that either. This is messing with like composition all around. If you're gonna make something like this, it's better to make everything at least one singular color. If you want to like emphasize each, the first letter of each word, then you might as well bold it instead of making it a different color. There's just so much going on. It's $55 for a professional comedy show. It better be good.
Almost looks like it's one of those, like things where it's in codes and you're always supposed to read the first letter. Yeah, that's not, yeah, the abbreviation or something.
And that's what is rules.
Yes. Also, why is 6:30 bolded? Like,
Yeah, you have a point. Oh my god, it just gets worse and worse. I'm telling you, there's other similar designs to these, but I chose this one. There's like all sorts of stuff on there. Okay, this next one, it's a little bit like formal, but what do you think is wrong?
you can't read part.
Yeah, that's true. And this is also a billboard advertisement, so if you can't read it, what's the point of it? So remember, billboard, this is like freeway. You're driving by, and are you gonna stop in the middle of the freeway just to decipher what this is trying to say? No, you're gonna face like really bad consequences. So, of course, how do we fix something like this?
Change the color of
Mhm. That's true, and also, I didn't put this anywhere in my slides, but there's also like image, how do like, image manipulation. If you want to put text over an image, it has to be readable from a distance. And honestly, I don't think this billboard does its job correctly. What is it supposed to say? This is a job app, but what does the picture have to do with a job? I'm just thinking, maybe it's just me, but
Here's what he's doing, he's in a room.
I don't know. Even then, it's still hard to read. Okay. So, yeah, this is not going well for them. Okay, lastly, I think this is more of color and typography issue. Yeah, it's kind of weird. Okay, so what is happening here? Huh? No, you're right. It's like, it looks like satire, don't you think? Like, this background, what? It can't be that bad, right?
Is this a real, or is it like the example?
I pulled it off of online as an example, but honestly, I'm not sure if it's real or they're joking.
The fonts are different. It's like
Yeah, that's
every
true.
one. And you can't read it.
Yeah. Combined with the background, it's like, how are you supposed to read this thing? Background is so bright, it hurts your eyes. It's so obnoxious. Like, this is not a good message. Yeah, so do not use more than 3 typefaces in your design.
If I start just a random door.
That's like, read Russian? Yeah, I don't know what's happening.
Yeah, like.
This is like internet, what is that? What's that called, the thing before Microsoft?
Internet
Yeah,
Explorer.
is that the Internet Explorer era? Or like,
Looks like it. Early
oh god, like what is happening here? Like, I can go on about bad design because it's so funny. I'm entertained by it and it's just like really funny to look at, but these are the 5 examples I put. Honestly, if you want, we can like look at more and just make fun of it. Cause sometimes I just like doing that. Oh my god, I have like a whole like, you know, like they print like a huge roll of paper out. Mine is like that. It's like bad kerning, bad design, like all the way.
Make me feel better about my design.
Yeah, that's what this is for. You do not want to end up like this. You don't want to end up like those 2 over here. Definitely not like that. If you think your design is bad, think about these. Do not end up like them. They're like the examples you should be learning from. Okay, when is it? Oh, it's 7. Okay, I want to make this short, so if anyone has any questions, you want me to do like a tutorial on Photoshop or any Adobe products or any questions in general, please ask right now and then we'll get into our activity.
What do you use, like, if you want to do like website development?
What kind of, are you talking about Adobe, like software?
Like, yeah, like, I guess, like, certain, like that they already have, like, the layouts for you and stuff.
Layouts, honestly, there's Google Sites. You don't need coding for that much. It has like designs for it already, but it's kind of like limited. There's also, okay, like there's also Wix. It's more advanced than Google Sites. You also don't need coding for that. It's much more customization. Yeah, much more customization options. And you also have WordPress, Squarespace, those 2. I think WordPress needs coding. I think those are the, oh yeah. There's also Webflow because my friend uses it. For Adobe, you have Dreamweaver that was purely HTML, but of course it costs money, so you may want to stick with the free versions for now. I think that's all I can think of right now. Anything else? Okay, we're getting into our activity now. Okay, so of course you guys are STEM majors engineering majors, I'm guessing most of you. So. Of course, I know like you guys have your career fairs there. You got a company you want to go to, something you're interested in, but how are you gonna beat all that competition? You hand them their resume, I mean, you guys have good resumes, I'm guessing, but you hand them the resume, but so do like all the other students. So how do you stand out from all these other competitors? So for our activity today, we're gonna make a business card. That's mine over there. It's just an example. Do not follow it. I don't.
What's your B not chocolate ones?
Oh, it's like a style thing. We're supposed to like. It was part of the assignment. So for this, we'll be using Figma. So this is the link figma.com. It's free. It's online, browser based. And the best thing is it's kind of like Adobe Illustrator. So you can do like vector based things. You got your pen tool, pencil tool. You can make all the shapes. And best of all, it's collaborative. So you can invite people over and you can see them working real time. So see someone delete it in front of your eyes, you know who did it. I think this is also good for like if you want to make your senior poster, because everyone can work on the same document and you can see what they're doing.
Is this like the, like 1 week free trial and then they'll like lock you out, or is
Oh,
it
no,
just
it's-
free version?
It's free forever unless you go through like a maximum file limit, I think. And each file, it's like, you ever done like the whiteboard on Discord? I don't know if you've done that before. It's like, this is unlimited working space, I'm guessing, because I have not reached the end of it. I've been doing like the Hyperloop workshops on it. There has not been an end to like the workspace so far. So you can do as much as you want and it just keeps going. But like, I don't think your computer's gonna like it if you do too much. Okay, so And I'm finally in. So, first you wanna make a new file. Did everyone get in already?
Yeah.
Okay, so. Okay, so this is a new file. Right away, it's a blank screen. So you have to make something first. Okay. Let's start with a section. And then you can make like the background any color you want. And make it black. Okay, so once you made like one section, okay, so you can go to the frame option list. Is everyone there yet? Yeah, oh. Go to the third option there and then go make a section. Just grab whatever shape you want.
Oh, it's here. Oh, it's and my first oh, so go down the section. Oh, it's already small. Oh, never did. Yeah. Oh, I was big and wanted. Just robotics. It's a business card, right?
I'll be waiting for
I don't
everyone.
want to that. I don't want to. I can modify this. I don't know how they would. Oh, right now, I don't know. Okay.
Yeah, you can make like however large you want it, it doesn't really matter, you can change it whenever.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so. Okay, so. Next part. We're still on the hashtag looking drop down, so. We're gonna make a frame text. So. Yeah, frame. So a business card, the size of the business card is 3.5 inches by 2. Oh, actually, I don't have it right now, but. Oh, it's so familiar. Okay, so in pixels, your working space should be 336 pixels as your width and 192 as your height. You guys all good?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. So I'm just gonna read this here. Okay, if you didn't get what I did, I just put the dimensions up here for you. This is the normal size of the business card. This is supposed to be 3.5 by 2 inches, so here is like a blank business card. So first of all, you're gonna put like, well, what do you usually put on a business card? Of course, you put your name and, okay, in terms of like priority, what comes first, your name or all the other information? Yeah, so of course, this is gonna be the largest text on your business card. Well, don't make it too large because you're not gonna make space for the others, but make it large enough that it stands out compared to the other information. For example, this, if I put any other information on here, it's going to be all the same, so make the size larger.
So how do you put the name? Or
Oh, yeah, the 6 option on top. And if you want, you can play around with the fonts here. I don't know if like, I think they have a good amount actually. Okay, this is good.
What's the font of this global business card? Roman?
Well, like, it depends on what you want to do. Yeah, so use something professional. I mean, you don't need to use Times New Roman. You can use something similar to it, like another serif font. So if they don't have it, you can.
Oh, they have,
Okay, yeah, if they don't have a font you're thinking of, you can look for a replacement. So if they don't have Times New Roman, I found like this one, and there's like a bunch on here, so you like pick your own, I guess. Oh, on the right hand side, there's the white menu there. On that one. Yeah. I like the main one. And under the text is your family on input and things. And then you do,
okay, all right.
and then choose the one you want for your business. Preferably something with that. Never mind. Oh, they're the same colors and texture like see.
Behind your business card, the section, what does that mean? Like the back, like.
Oh, that's just to make it so that
Oh, so
you see.
okay.
Are we moving on? Okay, so. Okay, so next, what do you think it's the next important information for your business card? Like, yeah, what's the next important one?
Your contact for what you do.
Okay, yeah, job title first. So this one's gonna be your subtitle or heading two. So compared to your name, it's gonna be a little smaller than that. And also like put it in a new text box. Yeah, but I'm just doing that because I don't think we're allowed to like use different text boxes, at least in our major, so it's like, it's up to you what you wanna do.
Why are you not allowed to use for text boxes?
Hmm?
Why are you not allowed to use for text boxes?
I don't know, apparently, I think it's cause it's like too much, it's all over the place. I don't know, I always use different text boxes. It's more like we're encouraged to like stay with only a few text boxes instead of like having them all over the place. Now you can do whatever font you want to do. I'm just gonna do my own thing. Okay, if you're done with that part already, okay, I'm just gonna put that there for now. Next, you want to put your contact information on there. Actually, if you want information, you can just choose engineering business cards here. Because I feel like there's a different layout for particular major. So you guys are like much more formal, I can tell. Okay, so they got their address on here. We got company, but I don't think you need it right now. Yeah. Or you can do like all one text box, since you can still change things within. As to like avoid having different text boxes all over the place. Okay, are you guys caught up yet? Okay, so this is, I guess this is all the basic information. And you can continue to mess around with the typefaces and pick which one looks good for you. And, oh, also remember your hierarchy system, so since your name is the first priority, it should be the largest on here, and then this, your title is around 50% of the size of your name. And while contact information is important, it should be like the third in line, so it should be a little bit smaller than the others. Well, it can be smaller, but it just depends. You can have your position and contact the same size if you want. It just depends on what you think looks good, since, well, design is subjective after all. Okay, so you're done already? I guess if you want, we can get into something more advanced on here. We can go over like the pen tool here. The fifth one, if you guys are ready, this is how to make graphics on Figma. Like you don't have to do this, but I think it's fun. You can do a lot with it. All right, so I think this is just up to you guys now. So how do you want to I guess
We have to
huh?
be sure of them.
Well, you don't have to put one, but it's just like it's personal preference. Like, what do you think looks good on your business card? Because this is your business card and it's yours. You can do whatever you want with it. Like, do you want a graphic on there? Do you want your personal logo on there? What do you want it to look like? So now this is like all on you. The most I can do is like, if you want to make some graphic of sorts, I can at least tell you how to use the pen tool.
Could you like download an image on like Google and then are there?
Yeah.
Could you show us?
What kind of image do you want?
So anything, just like an experiment and see if we can put it as a background picture.
Oh, you want background picture?
Yeah, like something you can still read your thing, but like something that has to do with bar design. Or like, I don't know, what's your favorite animal? We'll do a horse or something.
Okay.
See if we can put a horse in the background.
Yeah, I can put like images in the background. Oh my god. Okay. Copy this image.
Oh, you don't copy it?
Yeah, you can just copy and paste here. Yeah, it's gonna be like, yeah, there. Oh, since I made it into a frame. See, I'm gonna improvise right now. I'm going to make a rectangle. Okay, don't do that. I'm like, I think the thing about design is like thinking of like ways to solve it. How do you solve it? Like, how do you adapt to the situation? So, okay, I'm gonna remove this here and then the frame, since when you paste it in, it's too large. Okay, we have like pictures of horses now, so.
How do you make it being it?
Oh, so there's a feature. Where is it? Oh, here. Oh, okay, if you click on the photo, double click it, you get this menu here that lets you edit the picture from where it is. So if you want to like, oh, here's the saturation bar. It's like the more you do it, like the colors pop out more, but the less you lose all your color. That's what I was saying earlier. So oh, yeah. So if you want to make it more transparent, go to like, right now I'm on fill image, and then next to it is 100%. And if you want it to be transparent, I'm gonna put 50 and it's see-through. You guys get it?
How do you use the pen?
Oh, I haven't gone over that, yeah. We can go over it, that's. Pencil? Okay, are we ready to go, like, to go to the pencil now? Okay, so. We're going to get rid of, oh my god. Okay. So let's say you want like a little graphic on your business card, and like there's a bunch of stuff online, but you want your custom made, your own personal logo. So this is this is where the pen tool comes in. If you want to make something that I guess doesn't exist right now, so okay, what is it?
I saw pen and pencil, what's the difference?
Oh, pen is like vector based, while pencil is actually just drawing on here. Okay, so what are we searching up? Something simple. I hope.
A car.
Right here, is that better?
Huh?
Not here better?
A tree.
I mean, we can do a car. I can do like the basic outline of a car. Okay, simple car. Okay, what car do you want?
The convertible.
Huh?
All in here, right? Convertible. Up. There you go.
Already recognized.
Okay, let's do the. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so. Okay, we have 20 minutes left. I'll try to go. Oh my god, as quick as possible. Okay, so. Okay, anyway, I'm gonna paste this photo here and then make it smaller. Okay. So something nice you can do with the pen tool is make outlines, so this may be complicated at first, but okay, let's choose a starting point. I'm going to start where like there's a, I guess a split angle, so okay, let's start over here. And then this wheel is round, so we're gonna go to the other side and then drag it out so that it makes a curve. And don't worry if it's not perfect, because you can always go back and edit these little legs so it looks more rounded. And then, okay, so once you get a curve and notice, okay, notice here that there's a, I guess, some obtuse angle, and if you keep going and without clicking or stopping anything, it's just gonna keep making curves. So you click on that point, and then it makes an anchor. And that way you can make a straight line now to go to the other end, and then that's where you can keep making your curves for the wheels. I'm just gonna keep doing my simplified version so I can get to the fun part in my opinion, which is when you edit all your points. Okay, I have the general shape down. Does anyone need help with this? I know it's advanced. Yeah, it's fine, it's fine. It's fine, I just find this fun. It's like good when you find something you like, or like if you draw something, but you wanna like copy it over. So you can use this to make outlines and then eventually make your shape. So yeah, this is the general shape of the craters.
How did you just like show that up?
Which one?
Oh, like what you just did right now.
Oh, the fill. You click on it and it does it for you. And you can just change your color to whatever you want. Okay, so you can see that the wheels aren't exactly round. This is where you can directly edit each individual point. So to simply do that, you go to your move tool, or you can just press V on your keyboard, and then you get to hold on. Okay, if you lose it, you can just double click on it again and all the points will show up. So here, I think this is the fun part. You get to make everything look better. So you can manipulate this point to make the wheel more round. And then, yeah, same for the other one. So when you do your outlines first, it's not going to be perfect. So this is where it gets better. think I'm done. And if you have time to do something like this, you can even like remake the whole car if you keep doing, if you keep outlining everything, you can eventually drag those things up here and then just recreate this car. Anyone need help? Are you guys still working on the business card? Cause like there's, honestly, there's limited things you can do here.
Are there any other like advanced things?
Hmm?
Like what's the most advanced thing you do on this?
I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to do it, but you can do prototypes here. So prototypes. These are like basically if you want to make a website, you see how you interact with each element on the screen. So honestly, I never tried this before. Let me go back to my file right now. Oh, I think this is like a tutorial they have. Oh, yeah, this is prototyping. I don't know how to do it. Apparently it's possible. You can make like functioning interfaces with this browser app. So there's like a whole spread over here, vertical and horizontal. Basically what's happening is that this is a iPhone layout. So if it's like if I know how to get it work, you're supposed to be able to scroll down and left and right through all the photos here. I'm just not. Oh, is this? Oh, I guess I found it. Yeah, so this is what it's supposed to be like. So yeah, the buttons work. This is like to see how your website is. Oh, not. Oh, um, oh, right. Yeah. So as I just showed you earlier, this is the huge canvas over here. What it does, you can scroll down. Oh my god. Yeah, so you also scroll left and right here. Oh, also even zoom in. So this is like a simulator of what your interface is supposed to be like, interaction design and other things. Yeah, this is one of the advanced features for Figma, but I never done it before. what do you guys wanna do next?
You wanna show us more of your favorite graphic design?
Okay, that's fun. I'm just gonna say that some of these might be like really unhinged, I'm gonna say. Yeah. So like brace yourselves, it's not intended, but if you're not careful enough, things like this might happen. Huh?
What?
Oh my god. Just do this.
Wait,
Okay.
it's your computer.
So,
Oh,
Okay, back turning. Oh my god, I'm sitting. It gets worse. See, it's unfair. They don't need it, but the message is too. Oh my god. I know. Oh no. Well, we got more of this side of us.
can we go to the Reddit first? It says, is it swag night somehow it works for me?
Hey, I posted it on my birthday.
Your birthday.
June 4th. I think they're talking about like if your sandwich is not, there's so much space in between compared to the second one. I don't know, maybe it works for some people, but definitely for some, it's hard to read. You guys want to see more of that? Oh my god, are you sure?
Yes.
Because this is still recording.
Teacher everyone the lesson, make sure you're.
Oh my god.
How about we look at the Doritos logo?
Huh?
How about the Doritos logo?
Hmm?
Doritos? No? Okay, wait, search the Doritos logo, you'll see what I'm talking about. Another actor friends will be on this, so funny.
Wait, Doritos?
No, not guy Kerning, just like the new Doritos logo.
We doing everything.
Huh?
Yeah. What is this?
There's the play button.
Kind of go play button, bro. The YouTube play.
Huh?
Yeah, I think one of my friends was telling about this, and they were like, we were doing comments, and someone was like, yeah, I tried to hit play on the new logo.
So a lot of corporations like do this kind of design where they oversimplify everything. Huh? Yeah, we got
Yeah, the old even, the old Instagram logo.
Okay, what next? We got.
Kerning.
Oh my god.
It's cool. You said you enjoyed looking at these.
Come on.
Yeah, but it's recording at school.
We're all adults here.
Okay, I'm telling you, it's so unhinged, it gets worse. Okay, I actually have to go to images for this one.
It's like.
Oh.
Oh no.
No, I'm not seeing it. I
Oh
see it.
no.
Oh.
Oh no.
Oh.
That's enough for today.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, this one.
Anyways. Yeah, we know how to edit this one out, by the way. I think
What?
we can edit this part out.
That's your time. I'm doing it.
Bro.
Yeah, look at that.
I'm talking about video.
Oh my god, this is turning again. Oh, this is actually a font problem.
Yeah.
Oh my god. It's the same thing.
I think this is a good marketing, I would buy it.
Yeah.
Because of the-
Oh, no.
I don't get it.
Let's go swimming. Would you wanna go swimming if they told you?
Ah, maybe I should.
It looks like
Yeah.
giant rocks are lightning bolts.
Let's just-
Looks like the shark, like you're gonna go swimming in the shark pool. Okay, let's look at like. Yeah,
Have I been using one? Have I been using one?
oh my god. Oh, look, this is one.
I'm kind of glad that they're back.
Like, yeah, I'm telling you, there's worse than the one I had on there. Like the one I had should be here. Hey, Dawn. Huh? This is, it's here. Oh my god, see, it just gets worse. Don't get too worried about your design skills. As long as you don't end up like these over here, then you're fine.
I don't know.
Wait, is this real?
What? Oh my god. Excellent.
Oh, it's the design. Wait, who's the bad graphic design never killed anyone? The curse that says new lines.
Huh?
What does it say?
Huh?
What does it say?
Which one?
The two lines.
Oh. Oh, those are the authors.
Oh, it's the office.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I don't know. These are actually functional compared to the others. Yeah, we're basically on like, it's like free for all now. Doing,
Get a pop now.
yeah.
Oh, sorry, No problem.
Hey, I'm gonna stop there. Oh, okay.
That's it. Yeah, Siko's there. Huh? Siko's there. Who goes there? Siko.
They
Yeah,
are
there.
yeah, it's heavy. Like, there's workshop.
Yeah.
Oh, next time I can get someone
Then
else
get
to
people
help.
line.
Since,
Well, 9. I
I
gotta
don't
work.
so much I can do.
You got a what?
So,
Fine.
yeah, thank
Fine.
you. And you guys have a nice weekend.